Service provided by your bank, which allows you to transfer money from your bank account to other bank accounts in seconds. First, log into your preferred channel as provided by your bank. Then, provide the account details of the recipient as well as the amount to be sent. Your bank will present the recipient's name for confirmation. When confirmed, the recipient's account will be credited instantly. Send money instantly from your bank account to any bank account in Ghana with GhIPSS Instant Pay. Request GhIPSS Instant Pay from your bank or savings and loans company. GhIPSS Instant Pay can be used by both businesses and individuals for all kinds of payments. Ask your bank about GhIPSS Instant Pay today. GhIPSS Instant Pay, just like cash, only better.
Time never really stops ticking, so time is not always on our side. For this boss, time is everything, and for these guys that work for him, money is everything. So, how does this boss make payments more efficient without having to write multiple checks or pay cash? Simple. ACH Direct Credit allows you to make multiple or single payments directly from your account to another account across all banks. Perfect for paying salaries, pensions, suppliers, insurance claims, dividends, interests, business-to-business payments, you name it. Be in charge of how fast payments are made, standard or express. Make payments the ACH way, efficient and stress-free. Request for ACH Direct Credit Service from your bank or savings and loans. ACH, powered by GhIPSS.
The Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems (GhIPSS) has for more than a decade developed various platforms and initiatives aimed at bridging the financial divide, bringing into the financial system the majority of Ghanaians who were previously excluded. GhIPSS launched the eSwitch platform, which enabled financial institutions to interoperate based on a biometric smart card to drive financial inclusion. The eSwitch ecosystem therefore allowed customers of member financial institutions to use each other's services and terminals irrespective of the issuer of a card anywhere in Ghana. Next, GhIPSS launched the GhLink platform to interconnect the systems of all financial institutions to enable their customers have convenient use of ATMs and POSs irrespective of which financial institutions own them. With two uniquely interoperable platforms operating in silos with no interaction, GhIPSS constructed the rails to interconnect them, allowing seamless movement of funds from eSwitch cards to bank accounts and vice versa. May 2018, GhIPSS launched Mobile Money Interoperability Phase 1, a milestone in the nation's financial inclusion drive, enabling mobile money customers to seamlessly transfer funds across providers. Leveraging existing rails, Phase 1 also enabled mobile money customers to transfer funds to and receive transfers from bank accounts across banks. So what's next for GhIPSS? And now, the Ghana Interbank Payments and Settlement System is proud to complete the Mobile Money Interoperability Phase 2. Transfer of funds between eSwitch and mobile money platforms seamlessly and instantly is now a possibility, completing the financial inclusion triangle.
My daughter got sick in the middle of the night and I had no cash at home to take her to the hospital. So I rushed out with my ATM card. I drove past so many ATMs because they were not my bank's ATM.
The days of roaming the whole city or town in search of your bank's ATM are over. The Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement System, GhIPSS, has added another positive feature to banking in Ghana.
I can use my ATM card in a different bank's ATM.
You mean I do not have to walk past a series of ATMs to get to my bank as I used to do? Wow, that's cool.
GhLink is the new electronic platform from GhIPSS which interconnects switches of financial institutions as well as the systems of third-party institutions. It allows banks to interoperate virtually in a seamless manner, bringing a lot of convenience to bank customers.
It's really true. I can withdraw money from any bank, anywhere, thanks to GhLink. This is what I call convenient.
GhLink, powered by GhIPSS.
GhIPSS Instant Pay is a service provided by your bank, which allows you to transfer money from your bank account to other bank accounts in seconds. First, log into your preferred channel as provided by your bank. Then, provide the account details of the recipient as well as the amount to be sent. Your bank will present the recipient's name for confirmation. When confirmed, the recipient's account will be credited instantly. Send money instantly from your bank account to any bank account in Ghana with GhIPSS Instant Pay. Request GhIPSS Instant Pay from your bank or savings and loans company. GhIPSS Instant Pay can be used by both businesses and individuals for all kinds of payments. Ask your bank about GhIPSS Instant Pay today. GhIPSS Instant Pay, just like cash, only better.
Time never really stops ticking, so time is not always on our side. For this boss, time is everything, and for these guys that work for him, money is everything. So, how does this boss make payments more efficient without having to write multiple checks or pay cash? Simple. ACH Direct Credit allows you to make multiple or single payments directly from your account to another account across all banks. Perfect for paying salaries, pensions, suppliers, insurance claims, dividends, interests, business-to-business payments, you name it. Be in charge of how fast payments are made, standard or express. Make payments the ACH way, efficient and stress-free. Request for ACH Direct Credit service from your bank or savings and loans. ACH, powered by GhIPSS.
Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems (GhIPSS) has for more than a decade developed various platforms and initiatives aimed at bridging the financial divide, bringing into the financial system the majority of Ghanaians who were previously excluded. GhIPSS launched the eSwitch platform, which enabled financial institutions to interoperate based on a biometric smart card to drive financial inclusion. The eSwitch ecosystem therefore allowed customers of member financial institutions to use each other's services and terminals irrespective of the issuer of a card anywhere in Ghana. Next, GhIPSS launched the GhLink platform to interconnect the systems of all financial institutions to enable their customers have convenient use of ATMs and POSs irrespective of which financial institutions own them. With two uniquely interoperable platforms operating in silos with no interaction, GhIPSS constructed the rails to interconnect them, allowing seamless movement of funds from eSwitch cards to bank accounts and vice versa. May 2018, GhIPSS launched Mobile Money Interoperability Phase 1, a milestone in the nation's financial inclusion drive, enabling mobile money customers to seamlessly transfer funds across providers. Leveraging existing rails, Phase 1 also enabled mobile money customers to transfer funds to and receive transfers from bank accounts across banks. So what's next for GhIPSS? And now, the Ghana Interbank Payments and Settlement System is proud to complete the Mobile Money Interoperability Phase 2. Transfer of funds between eSwitch and mobile money platforms.
Good morning, distinguished guests. And thank you so much for coming. We'll be starting the program soon. And so would like everyone to take the seat so that once the VIP enters, would say the national anthem, the opening prayer, and then we proceed with the program. Thank you.
previously excluded. GhIPSS launched the eSwitch platform, which enabled financial institutions to interoperate based on a biometric smart card to drive financial inclusion. The eSwitch ecosystem therefore allowed customers of member financial institutions to use each other's services and terminals irrespective of the issuer of a card anywhere in Ghana. Next, GhIPSS launched the GhLink platform to interconnect the systems of all financial institutions to enable their customers have convenient use of ATMs and POSs irrespective of which financial institutions own them. With two uniquely interoperable platforms operating in silos with no interaction, GhIPSS constructed the rails to interconnect them, allowing seamless movement of funds from eSwitch cards to bank accounts and vice versa. May 2018, GhIPSS launched Mobile Money Interoperability Phase 1, a milestone in the nation's financial inclusion drive, enabling mobile money customers
My daughter got sick in the middle of the night, and I had no cash at home to take her to the hospital. So I rushed out with my ATM card. I drove past so many ATMs because they were not my bank's ATM.
The days of roaming
We'll
the
soon
whole city
receive
or
the
town
Vice
in search of
President.
the bank's
I'd ask that
ATM
when
are
he
over.
enters, we kindly
The Ghana
rise to
Interbank
receive
Payment
him.
and Settlement System, GhIPSS, has added
Carrie,
another
please
positive
be on
feature
our
to
feet
banking in
as we
Ghana.
receive
I can
His
use my
Excellency,
ATM
the
card in a
Vice
different
President
bank's
of the
ATM.
Republic
You
of
mean
Ghana.
I do not have to walk past series of ATMs to get to my bank as I used to do? Wow, that's cool.
GhLink is the new electronic platform from GhIPSS which interconnects switches of financial institutions as well as the systems of third-party
Please have the
institutions.
national anthem.
It allows banks to interoperate virtually in a
Please invite Reverend Canon Lamte to give us the opening prayer.
Let us pray. Accept, O Lord, our thanks and praise for all that you have done for us. We thank you for the splendor of creation, for the beauty of this world, for the wonder of life. We give you praise for your providence, protection, and guidance. Almighty Father, bless our land with honorable industry and pure manners. Save us from violence and discord, pride and arrogance, and from every evil way. Endue with the spirit of wisdom those whom in your name we entrust the authority of government, especially their excellencies, Nana Adedankwa Akufo-Addo, our president, and Alhaji Mahamudu Bawumia, our vice president, so that they may lead this nation on the path of peace, freedom, justice, and prosperity. Lord, with this global pandemic COVID-19, we have been brought to our knees to acknowledge you as God and ask your intervention in the affairs of humankind. In spite of our technological advancement, we are a distressed people in a state of fear and anxiety. We seek solace and help from you, and for revelation, knowledge, and wisdom for our scientists, researchers, medical and other health professionals to find a cure for this pandemic. We ask for grace for frontline health workers, as well as leadership and direction from our government to stem this pandemic. We thank you, Almighty Father, for the GhQR National QR Code Payment Service and Proxy Pay, National Interbank Funds Transfer, alias Directory Service, which we launched today under the auspices of the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems Limited. You have set us these tasks, which demand our best efforts and abilities. Grant grace, Lord, and lead us to accomplish them with great success and satisfaction for the good of our country and for your greater glory. Direct us, O Lord, in all our doings with your most gracious favor, and further us with your continual help, that in all our works, begun, continued, and ended in you, we may glorify your holy name through Jesus Christ, our Lord and our Savior. Amen.
Thank you so much, Reverend Lamte. You may please take your seats. Good morning, distinguished guests, and to everyone watching us live on Facebook. This is the launch of the GhQR code, Ghana's Universal QR Code Solution, and the Proxy Pay service. We thank you for joining us wherever you are. We all know the times we are in, but we believe that there is still some room for some positive news. Before we proceed with the rest of the program, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the dignitaries we have here. I'd like to first of all acknowledge the presence of His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Thank you so much, Doc, for honoring us. I'd also like to acknowledge the presence of the Governor of the Central Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison. Thank you, sir. We also have the First Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku Afari. Thank you so much, Doc. We also have the Second Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Ghana, Mrs. Elsie Ado Awazi. Thank you so much. We have Ms. Sandra Thompson, the Secretary, Bank of Ghana. Thank you so much for coming. We also have the Head of the Payment Systems Department, Dr. Seto Amedeku. Thank you, Doc. We have the CEO of GhIPSS, Mr. Achihesi. Thank you so much, sir. We also have in our midst the CEO of the Chamber of Telecommunications, Mr. Ken Ashibe. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashibe. Then representing the Ghana Association of Bankers, we have Mr. Daniel Saki, the MD for EcoBank. Thank you so much. And we also have the Coordinating Minister, Accra Ridge Church, Reverend Canon Samuel Lamte. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We'll now invite the CEO of GhIPSS, Mr. Achihesi, to give us his welcome address.
His Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, the Governor of the Central Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, and his two Deputy Governors, the Association of Bankers, the President of the Telecom Chamber, GhIPSS Board, all protocol observed, Reverend Canon Lamte, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, the head of the Payment Systems Department, Dr. Abedeku Seko. Ladies and gentlemen, if I may add, fellow Ghanaians, since we are streaming live, it's our pleasure to welcome you all to yet another milestone in the development of the payment systems in Ghana. Since inception in 2008, GhIPSS, in collaboration with our partners and our leader, our founder, the Central Bank, has turned out a number of payment systems, products, and services. If I cast my mind back, we're talking about e-switch platform, we're talking about check truncation, we're talking about the GhIPSS Instant Pay that allows interbank instant transfers, and so on and so forth, as well as mobile money interoperability. Yet, what we have realized is that most of the transactions when it comes to retail payments still happens to be in cash. Under the auspice of His Excellency and the Governor of the Central Bank, GhIPSS was tasked to find a solution to this problem. Worldwide, what we found out was that the reason why most merchants still preferred cash was because the point of sale device that is used for payment is expensive. Secondly, we also found out that when you use point of sale device for payments to be effected to merchants, merchants receive their monies the following day, not in a timely manner as the case is for cash. And of course, the payment service providers also charge the merchants some money which they are not happy with. Research told us that lately the QR code, which is cheaper to deploy, happens to be the solution. So of course, we embarked on that journey to find out exactly what is this QR code. The QR code happens to be the black and white squares that when it's unveiled, you would see what it looks like. All the merchant information is stored on the QR code, and the QR code in turn acts as the POS, or the point of sale, which is cheaper. In Ghana as well, we found out that although in most countries the QR code rides on the card rails, there are some that rise on the instant pay engine, which fortunately in Ghana we had both. So it means that if we have to develop our own QR code for payments to be effected, we have the two main ingredients that are needed. We also realize that a number of banks have indeed embarked on that journey already. But there was a significant disadvantage. It was in silo. It means that if I use the QR code of Bank 1, I can only make payments to merchants who belong to Bank 1. That does not help the financial inclusion agenda of the country. So we were tasked to come up with a universal QR code for Ghana. The universal QR code was going to be the de facto standard in the country, was going to be the standard that if any merchant has a QR code at their shop, whether your funds or your money resides in a bank account, or is in a mobile money wallet, or is indeed a fintech wallet, you will still be able to pay. That is the QR code that we have developed and about to be launched. As always, any product or payment products that we turn out in Ghana is unique. In addition to all the facilities that I have, or functionalities that I have mentioned, Ghana's QR code rides on both the instant rails as well as the card rails, which means that within country, whilst we are all able to make our payments using the monies in our bank accounts as well as mobile money, in addition to fintech wallets, international scheme cards, when we have finished our developments with them, can also use it. In so doing, if I have an international card, I will not be excluded from it. And this is very unique to Ghana, when you have everything all encompassed in one. Merchants as well will also receive the payments for their goods and services instantly. And I must stress on the fact that because this is a non-contact form of payment, the current dispensation that we happen to find ourselves within, I think the product has come at an appropriate time. And it's in that regard, we feel it's imperative for us to launch it so that we can start using it as one of the drivers to assist us along the journey. We would also be launching the Proxy Pay. As I indicated earlier on, the Proxy Pay, we had GhIPSS Interbank Instant Pay. That would allow, if I want to pay anybody money, I'll be able to log into my bank's app, type in your bank account number, which in Ghana is a 13-digit number, in addition to your 6-digit sort code. and funds will leave my bank account and into yours instantly. That is a platform that a number of countries have developed, and we have also developed the platform in the last 4 years, and is heavily being used. However, we are all used to using aliases or proxies, something that looks like your bank account, because it's a bit difficult for you and I to remember our bank account numbers. I don't even know mine as we speak. The Proxy Pay would allow individuals to register and link their bank account numbers to their telephone number. Once you have completed that exercise, you will be able to receive payment using your telephone number as your bank account. So your telephone number acts as a proxy to your bank account. So it's an overlay on the GhIPSS service, but it makes it easier for us to make payments. I believe that you all agree with me that you and I are all now conversant with making payments using telephone numbers. Finally, we have not forgotten the corporates. With the Proxy Pay, corporates can register their companies and link it to their bank accounts. So, Father Canon, you can register Richchurch, link it to Richchurch's account, and on a monthly basis, all I have to do is to type Richchurch, and the accounts will be effected into your bank account. I believe most churches can use this service when it comes to remote payment. Again, the Proxy Pay is a remote payment service. It would in turn aid in our quest or the current situation that we find ourselves in. Our technology champion, His Excellency the Vice President, we are grateful for your support as always. We are humbled that we can call on you day and night and you are there to support us. We are extremely grateful to the Central Bank, Governor Addison. I know we worry you day and night, and we are grateful that at any time we call on you, you are there to support us. We are equally grateful to the board of GhIPSS, as well as our partners, the financial institutions and the telecom chamber. I don't like doing this, but when we were faced with a challenge just a couple of months ago, 3 months ago, to come out with a QR code, I was surprised how all the banks came up, rallied around us to support us along the journey. And we are grateful for EcoBank's support. And I'm very happy to say that as we speak, there are 9 banks who are ready to go live. I'm also grateful for the support of, if I'm allowed, given by Zenith Bank, Cal Bank, GCB, Fidelity. I know we're not allowed to do that. They've asked me to make mention of the fact that for us to recognize their Cal Bank, and I think there are nine banks. If I've forgotten, maybe I shouldn't have started it in the first place. UBA and GT Bank and CBG. Daniel, before you get me. Ladies and gentlemen, so if I have mentioned your bank, please, merchants, all you have to do is go to your bank, have your registration documents with you, and you can start receive your payments electronically. I would also like to salute the leadership of the fintechs who are here. We are going to need the fintechs as we go along. They are the entities that will be developing the much needed applications that will be needed at the various downstream systems as we slowly graduate towards a cashless society. And should I forget the hard-working staff at GhIPSS? I'm pleased and so grateful to be your CEO. In the last 2-3 months, it's been a very, very difficult task developing the QR code, developing the Proxy Pay, as well as moving from our current locations to our temporary locations to make way for our new building. I say thank you very much, and I salute you, and I'm grateful for your support. Media will need you as we embark on this journey to continue the awareness and education program to ensure that whatever we have come up with will be used effectively and efficiently. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Achihese. I think we are GhIPSS, we are proud to have you as our CEO, so we are grateful. Mr. Hesse touched briefly on what the Proxy Pay service is about. We are going to watch a 5-minute video that would add additional information on what Proxy Pay is and how customers can use it.
He needs plantain. He also needs a goat. That was how the barter trade evolved in the past.
With modernity came the introduction of money, which was universally accepted in exchange for goods and services. People saved their monies on banks and were given account numbers. For businesses and individuals to receive payments into their bank accounts, they need to provide the sender with bank account details. This process of having to memorize or store account details, especially the 13-digit account number and the 6-digit bank sort code, can be cumbersome for both receiver and sender.
It is not everyone you feel comfortable giving your bank details to. Even though it is business, you don't feel too secured.
I have been in situations where in the middle of a business transaction, the customer is ready to make a transfer. I now have to look through my bag and find a piece of paper or a notebook where I have written my account details on. This is because it's something I cannot keep in mind all the time.
We've had situations whereby people have transferred monies into the wrong account, and we've had to go through the process of reversing these monies, and this can take days.
To reduce the stress and provide a more convenient option for customers of financial institutions, the Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement Systems GhIPSS introduces the Proxy Pay service. Proxy Pay is a service that allows a customer, be it an individual or corporate organization of a financial institution, to register a mobile number or an alias that is uniquely mapped to their bank accounts. Payments from other parties to that account will require provision of the alias or phone number only. You can register for Proxy Pay by either visiting your bank branch for registration or following this process. First, log on to your mobile banking application. Then enter a username and password. Select Proxy Pay, select Subscribe, and then input a Proxy ID. Please be sure to enter a registered mobile number and select your account number. A one-time password or OTP will be sent to you via SMS or email. Input the OTP to complete the proxy registration. You don't need a smartphone to receive or send money using a proxy identifier. In a situation where your phone is lost or stolen, payments to your phone number will still go to your bank account, but it is advisable to deregister the number at your bank branch.
With Proxy Pay, I can easily make a transaction without going through the hassle of remembering my account number. Thanks to Proxy Pay.
I feel more secured using Proxy Pay. I do not have to disclose my banking details to every client.
A lot of people have embraced Proxy Pay and welcomed it with open arms, saying it's much convenient and safer to use.
Proxy Pay, it's convenient and secure.
Thank you very much. Indeed, Proxy Pay, it's convenient and secure to use, and we are all excited about it as users of financial services. Would now invite the Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Ernest Addison, to give us his speech. Shall we please give it up for him?
Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Alhaji Mahamadou Bawumia, Deputy Governors, the Chief Executive Officer of GhIPSS, Mr. Achihese, heads of banks and non-bank financial institutions, Canon Lamte, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, and welcome to the launch of Ghana's first universal QR code payment solution. This event is yet another landmark for electronic payment systems architecture in furtherance of Ghana's financial digitization agenda. And this launch could not have come at a better time than today, as we encourage the use of alternative forms of payment in the light of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our goal to ensure an effective payment system has seen several major initiatives along the way. The formation of GhIPSS in 2007 ensured a more efficient approach to interbank payments and settlement. The branchless banking guidelines in 2008 introduced the concept of branchless banking in Ghana, which eventually led to partnerships between banks and telcos to deliver mobile money, with MTN launching the first service in 2009. The regularization of mobile money operations through the Electronic Money Issuer Guidelines in 2015, which eventually put Ghana on the map as one of the fastest growing mobile money markets and brought basic financial services to millions of Ghanaians. We successfully implemented the mobile money interoperability, which is giving the ability to conveniently send money to bank accounts and other mobile money wallets. The Payment Systems and Services Act of 2019 was introduced to, among other things, recognize and supervise fintechs who are a key catalyst for innovation in the industry. We still have more to do to ensure that individuals are paying for goods and services on a daily basis using digital means. Therefore, launching of a unified QR code today, which is expected to bring a simplified user experience for customers to make payments to any merchant, and for small merchants particularly to receive payments from anyone. Your Excellency, there is no doubt that Ghana is making giant strides in modernizing its payment systems architecture. In the last 3 years, we have increased electronic payment access points, such as point-of-sales terminals and usage of electronic money. In addition, the mobile money agent network has expanded almost fourfold in 2019 compared to 2015. Similarly, new business models are emerging with increased fintechs participating in payments or payment-related services. Transactions via the electronic wallet ecosystem has remained vibrant and contributed significantly to the rapid growth in mobile transactions. For instance, the number of mobile money transactions increased sevenfold from about 266 million in 2015 to over 2 billion transactions in 2019. Despite the rapid growth, indications are that cash still remains dominant. The deployment of POS terminals has not been universally adopted to drive electronic payments